the fun memories that I remember when I was really young, and my dad used to interact with us a lot. I don't think I was a mean kid, but I had my own way of thinking and doing. When I needed to be brought down a notch or two, my dad would take me in the bedroom, shut the door, and take off his belt and tell me that it was going to hurt him worse than me. And then he'd just smack us, you know, a time or two with his belt, which wasn't that big a deal, but it, in your mind, you know, it was a big deal. He never raised his voice. And Mother had us to go out to, we had a cherry tree, I think a peach tree, and we were invited, my brother and I both were invited to go out and get our own switch and bring it in, and then Mother would give us a couple of whacks with the switch. In those days, girls did not wear pants. You just wore a dress, skirt, and your legs were completely bare. So it really did hurt me worse than it did her. And that was a regular thing because I was really mouthy. They seemed to want to see my skates. These are my skates. I still have them. I think I could still stand up on them, but my dad used to take me to the river in Riverside. I skated and he sat on the sidelines and watched me, and then it was time to leave, so that was fun. They don't want you to go over there anymore and do that, but you don't have a dad that knows what he's doing and you can skate on the river. A lot of fun family things. The old boathouse was where the roundabout is now. We used to go over in summertime. Our summer activities were canoeing, and since I graduated from North, you know, that was fun. Anyway, we would get a canoe and we would canoe the river, and then we would go over to a sandbar close to 13th Street, and we would go to the grocery store and get a picnic, and we'd eat, and then we'd get in the canoe and we would go back to the boathouse and then go back home. We did not have a car. We walked or bused. Family was really the fun. She only has one eye. She wants to run. Say hello. Say hello. Yes. My rocker, after she eats, she comes and after she has her food and water and all that, she comes over and gets in my lap. And we used to listen to Garrison Keillor, but he's not on anymore. So I've always had a cat. We did have a cat named Muffy that Shelley gave me. She was very nosy about things, and she jumped in the dryer. And I did not know she was in the dryer. And so I gave her a couple of turns in the dryer before I found out she was in there. And when I told Renee's mom and dad, her dad would always say that I fluffed my muff. And he told, I think, everyone he knew. Renee and the kids lived in the house over on Westview. They had a male neighbor that was a male neighbor. And I was not sure. I missed the wrong house when I went over for a visit when they were doing some renovation in their house because the people who lived in it had tore it up pretty well. And I went to the house next door, and it was awful. I mean, it was summertime, so the door was open, and I could see inside the house, this man's house, and the curtains were just almost in shreds. I sort of said something to him about they really did mess your house up. Then when I knew it wasn't Mark and I knew it wasn't Renee, I thought, oh, I am in the wrong place. Ginny's voice was heard once again. Yeah. I've had a really good life. Renee and I have been friends and probably will be friends forever. She's the other daughter I didn't have, so immediately had a bond of some kind. And neither one of our husbands thought we were as funny as we thought we were. We were out on Halloween and we went to a store and bought old people faces. Went home and knocked on the door, went to our house and knocked on the door, and they just didn't think it was funny. We about died laughing.
We didn't care though, did we?
No,
We still had
we
a good time.
Fun. We looked really old too. So those are happy. That was a happy time. I guess always be true to yourself. Know who you are. Be who you are. And if people don't like it, it's their misfortune. Live your life well. Save money. Be ready for the hard times, because there are always hard times. Make sure you get through with them and you're still who you are.